Never mind this very famous pair of legs. Take a look at the shoes. Believe it or not, men were the first to wear high heels. Louis XIV was particularly partial to them. At some point, of course, rather quickly we believe, the shoe ended up on the other foot. And women's feet, wedged into 3-inch heels or crammed into shoes a size too small, have never been the same since. Help is finally on the way. Here's Sarah James with a Dateline Consumer Alert.
It's one of those inexplicable, everyday things. Women hobbling down the street in shoes that fit their fashion sense much better than their feet.
Cramped, tired, tight.
It's a painful legacy. Throughout history, women's feet have been stuffed into shoes that are too small. With pointy toes and high heels, it's torture.
So you're having pain with your feet?
Dr. Michael Coughlin is an orthopedic surgeon who specializes in feet.
As you can see, the foot is a rectangular structure, but the shoe is really a triangle. And if it's pointed, it will compress the toes and cause deformity in time.
Deformities like bunions, hammer toes, and neuromas, and inflammation of the nerves, they're as unattractive as they are painful.
I just couldn't walk, but I had endured pain far longer than I should have.
Over the years, Katie Sharp's bunions and hammer toes became so uncomfortable that surgery was her only option. She says finding fashionable shoes that aren't painful is next to impossible.
I would say 4 out of 5 times they're going to be pretty uncomfortable.
Studies show that 90% of American women wear shoes that are too small, and 80% have pain from footwear.
If we look across here, that foot is 4 inches wide. And now let's turn your shoe over and let's look at the width across here. It's about 2 7/8 wide. It takes years often for these problems to develop. And you may not really realize the problems you're developing until you're quite a ways down the road.
And it's a road women walk with reckless abandon. American women don't just buy shoes, they collect them, to the tune of 500 million pairs a year, with little thought to the damage they're doing to their feet. In fact, experts predict that as many as 1 in 5 American women will end up needing surgery at a cost of over $3 billion a year.
It's a huge public health problem, and it's gone largely unnoticed up until now.
Dr. Glenn Pfeffer is director of a new program being launched by the American Orthopedic Foot and Ankle Society. Their new seal of approval is designed to help women make better choices buying shoes.
It's the first ever objectively based health evaluation of common everyday shoe wear.
To get the seal, shoe manufacturers voluntarily submit their shoes for testing. 14 rigorous tests are performed at a secret lab in a location we can't disclose. Flexibility, comfort, and skid resistance are among the tests performed. So far, according to Pfeffer, a handful of companies have submitted their shoes, among them some of the big brand names, and dozens of others have made inquiries. And just today, the first women's pump to get the seal was announced. The Rockport Mirabelle passed all 14 tests and is still standing strong. Key criteria: the material is soft and stretchable, the heel not higher than 2 1/4 inches, so the pressure on the ball of the foot isn't excessive. The toe box is wide enough to fit the forefoot, and there's padding on the bottom to cushion the foot. For manufacturers, the seal will provide an opportunity to put their best foot forward.
It will serve as a guide to direct consumers to the healthiest shoes on the market. Shoes that can be fashionable, comfortable, and healthy.
But will fit finally prevail over fashion? Ultimately, that's a step that only women can take.
The truth is, the medical profession can't do it for us. We're the only ones who can do it for ourselves.
Just to give you an idea how big a problem this really is, when you measure women's feet, the most common size is an 8 wide, but the most common shoe size bought in this country is a 7.5 medium. Ouch.